The long, hard hours of running an amusement park were beginning to tell on the park owners. Feeling a need to move on and a sincere belief that some new blood might be able to revitalize the park, the owners put the park up for sale after the end of the 1982 season. There were no takers, and the owners began to prepare for the 1983 season. If the park's profits were fading fast, there was still plenty of fun to be found. And even in those final years, Idora Park was still a magic place.
The site of the former Idora Park in Youngstown, Ohio, operated from 1899 to 1984. There's not a lot left here. I've been here before a couple of times. I've seen what's here, but what is here is pretty cool. Right now, you have the Sons of Thunder. I don't really know if that's even operating anymore. Probably it's not, because this field looks overgrown. So yeah, we are gonna go walk around and see what we can find. So you come to this big field and you see these little bleachers. But the park is actually, I think it's through these woods up here. Okay, actually, maybe the park is up this way? I'm trying to think where it was. I know it's here somewhere. Yeah, so I see it now. Oh my gosh, the grass. Look how tall. My shoes are soaked. Actually, right here. This was part of the park. Check that out. This must have been the walking path. That is so awesome. Nearby is Mill Creek Park, Youngstown's crown jewel. I don't know why this is here. It's random smashed up ceramic. But this was obviously the walkway, probably up to a ride. There's a metal thing on here. Yeah, and the path is still right here. And these were old, I don't know. I'm gonna put in photos, history, and whatnot, and try to figure it out. Idora Park was a beloved amusement park located on the south side of Youngstown, Ohio. Operating for 86 seasons from 1899 to 1984, it was affectionately known as Youngstown's $1 Million Playground and served as a major recreational escape for the region's working-class families and steel mill workers. The park opened on Memorial Day, May 30th, 1899, under the name Terminal Park. It was built by Youngstown Park and Falls Street Railway Company. In the late 19th century, transit companies frequently built amusement parks at the final stops of their streetcar lines to encourage people to pay the nickel fare and ride the trolleys on weekends. Located 3.5 miles from Youngstown's Central Square, it was far enough from the dirt and smoke of the downtown steel mills to provide a clean getaway. Shortly after opening, the park was renamed Idora Park following a local naming contest. In 1924, ownership shifted away from the trolley companies to local Youngstown businessmen under the Idora Amusement Company, bringing the park fully under local control. Idora Park grew from a simple picnic transit stop into a major regional attraction featuring world-class rides. Some notable rides were the Wildcat, opened in 1930, designed by Herbert Paul Schmeck and built by the Philadelphia Toboggan Company. This state-of-the-art wooden roller coaster stood 85 feet tall and stretched 3,000 feet. It was widely regarded by enthusiasts as one of the best roller coasters in the world. The Jackrabbit opened in 1910, a historic 70-foot-tall wooden roller coaster that was a park staple for decades. For its final season in 1984, the park famously reversed the trains and temporarily rebranded it as the Back Wabbit. The Ballroom opened in 1910 as an open-air pavilion. The Idora Park Ballroom was billed as the largest dance floor between New York City and Chicago. It eventually became an enclosed, year-round venue. During the big band era and subsequent rock and roll boom, it hosted legendary acts such as the Glenn Miller Orchestra, Tommy Dorsey, Ray Charles, the Monkees, and the Eagles, as well as political rallies, including a campaign visit from John F. Kennedy. Kittyland and Saltwater Pool. The park originally featured a massive concrete swimming pool fed by an underground saltwater spring, making it the only saltwater pool in the country. In the 1950s, the pool was converted into Kittyland to make room for children's rides and family spaces. Throughout the mid-20th century, Idora Park's economic survival was closely tied to the thriving local steel industry. Major steel corporations regularly booked the park for massive company picnics, drawing tens of thousands of workers and their families. However, as the steel mills began to close down in the late 1970s and early 1980s, the park lost a primary source of revenue. Concurrently, increased automobile mobility allowed locals to travel to newer, larger regional theme parks like Cedar Point, putting a financial strain on the traditional urban park. The definitive end came on April 26, 1984, when a maintenance accident sparked a devastating fire that destroyed the Wildcat coaster, a control room, and a large portion of the midway. Financially unable to rebuild, Idora Park operated for one final abbreviated summer before closing permanently on Labor Day, September 3rd, 1984. Probably a line. A queue, I guess you would call it. Another metal rod. This wall here was part of it. There's metal on the ground. Stonework, or no, that's just cinder blocks. The path is marked with ribbons because I think there was a tour here sort of recently. These are all remnants as well. Probably an old drain. Wow. There's a deer. This path here. Couple. Vintage. Just picture. It just seems like an amusement park area. Another deer. Here is probably where, I guess it's, I don't know what was here, but it's a big clearing. I don't know if this was a path, if this was where there was a ride. I see more steps. They really could make this area like a historic walking trail for people. Like, you know, labeling it as, you know, it's kind of like it's an unofficial area, but it really could be turned into a park. I mean, maybe that's what they're doing because the yellow flags on the trees kind of showed the way. But the trail could be more defined. Oh, they put a yellow thing on the branch that fell. I see a fence. I don't know. Was this fence a part of it too? Probably. There's a wall. Some awesome, tasteful graffiti. Look at these steps. More crumbling wall. Look at this old metal. They just fall apart. Here again, crumbling wall. But it's funny because it kind of stood the test of time. Imagine this could have been made in 1899. I don't know if there's anything in this way. It says gas pipeline. I don't know. But this is, I think this was the parking lot here. There's a parking lot. This one is for the park, Mill Creek. But this must have been Idora Park's parking lot, the one that's overgrown. I don't see any signs, like old, well, entrance signs or anything. But check how it used to be all asphalt. Kind of reminds me of Jogga Lake in a way. It was Youngstown's Jogga Lake. Idora Park closed before I was even born, as well as Chippewa, but Jogga Lake was like, that was my park. Oh, a bird. So this is, I don't know if this yellow thing was original to the park. Who knows? Yeah, that does look original, actually. Very old looking. Some people complain when I say stuff is old. It's so old, but it is though. This is like, look, I'm not the youngest person out there. I have the right to call stuff old. Look at that. That is the original. I'm glad that I came up to look at it, because I've never seen this part. I don't know if it probably says no trespassing on there. Oh my gosh. Yep. Well, that's what they call me, a trespasser. I don't believe it's a crime to walk on some abandoned amusement park. That's not a crime. To me, it's not. So what do you guys think of Idora Park? Pretty cool to see. There wasn't any rides, but you could definitely make out the walking path and the parking lot, and you could kind of picture the ride, you know, where stuff would have been. So I'm glad that I came, and let me know if you have any memories of Idora Park. I know that it it was a very special place. And it's a shame that, you know, we can't keep around these nice, quaint amusement parks anymore. It's just not something that, it's just not a very common thing anymore. It looks like there's another path here. Yeah, I think that I have seen the whole thing. Hopefully I didn't miss anything, but yeah, this was awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next video.